Hello and welcome to this sleep aid tip. And in this one I'm going to be discussing another way that you can dissipate the emotional charge of certain stressful situations in your life. And the technique I'm going to discuss is called the Swish technique. It's largely credited to Anthony Robbins, although there are probably some other people that were involved in its development, but he's kind of the one who made it famous, if you will. And the Swish technique is a fairly simple method that you can do in your own brain to change how you feel about a certain situation or stressful occurrence that's happened in your life. And essentially what you're doing with the Swish technique is you're using visualization to first make a picture in your mind of the, we'll call it the negative thing, and then down in the corner you're going to make a little picture of the positive thing you want to replace it with, or it doesn't even necessarily need to be positive, it just needs to be an image that is going to disrupt your pattern, and I'm going to discuss that in just a moment. And essentially what happens is you want that little picture down in the corner to get big and block out the other picture. So that's essentially the process. Big picture of what you don't want, little picture of what you do want, little picture gets big, blocks out the big picture. And you do that repeatedly, over and over and over again, and you go as fast as you can in your mind. So let me go back and just talk a little bit about the little picture. The little picture doesn't necessarily need to be positive or anything specific that you want. It does tend to work better to focus on what you do want. So let's say that you're emotionally tied in with the difficulty that you're having sleeping, and so before you go to bed you might give yourself a few minutes to do this process where you sit, you imagine yourself, and you see a picture of yourself lying there in bed, wide awake, stressed out because you can't fall asleep and that kind of thing. And then down in the bottom of it, in a little corner, you might make a little tiny picture of you sleeping soundly, blissfully, with a nice smile on your face, feeling good, getting that nice, restful, relaxing sleep. And so then you make that restful, relaxing sleep picture, block out the insomnia picture, and then you blank the screen and start over again. Insomnia, restful sleep blocks out the insomnia, start over again. Insomnia, restful sleep gets big, blocks out the insomnia picture. And you go over and over and over again until you actually have difficulty making the picture of what you don't want, in this case insomnia, and the moment you even start to think about that, boom, that other picture comes up and blocks it out. That's the general idea of the Swish technique. Now, like I said, you don't necessarily have to be using the positive picture that you block out the negative picture with. It doesn't necessarily have to be something you want. If you can't think of anything you want to replace that negative thought or emotion with, which again, it could be a lot of different things, because if you're anxious or nervous about something, that's what's interfering with your sleep, not necessarily the fact that you can't sleep. So it's going to work best to work with the thing that's really bugging you the most. So going back to that little picture again, if you can't figure out what it is that you really do want, then what you can do is you can just kind of make we'll call it a free-flowing thought type of picture of something to replace the picture you don't want with. So going back to the insomnia picture, let's say I've got this picture of me that I'm lying there wide awake and I can't sleep, I'm getting frustrated, and I'm just the little picture, instead of what I do want, which is a nice picture of me sleeping soundly, let's say I don't know what I want. And in this case, obviously that would be a good thing to replace it with, but instead of this, then what I could do is just make a picture of a pink elephant. Just because it gets rid of this. I can make that picture of a pink elephant. Pink elephant gets big and blocks it out. Can't sleep, pink elephant. Can't sleep, pink elephant. Can't sleep, pink elephant. And you just go over and over and again. So ideally, try to come up with the thing that you do want to occur instead of the thing you don't want to occur. But if for whatever reason you don't know what it is that you want to happen, then you just come up with some kind of miscellaneous image that doesn't have any emotional charge or value to you, It's just something you can replace the negatively charged emotional situation with. So that about covers the swish technique, and thank you for watching.